How the Milky Way emerged from the ashes. San Bushman myth. The night in the Kalahari Desert is unlike the night in any other corner of our planet. It does not descend smoothly. It arrives as an independent, powerful, and living creature that instantly swallows the vast spaces of red sand, dry shrubs, and rare, lonely umbrella acacia trees heated during the day. When the sun, which has mercilessly scorched the earth all day long, finally hides behind the distant, flat horizon, the light fades with an amazing, almost frightening speed. Along with the last rays, the familiar sounds of daytime life also disappear. The birds that hid in the shade of sparse leaves fall silent, the small lizards that ran swiftly on the hot stones hide, and a profound, almost absolute silence sets in, which at first glance seems mute and motionless. But for the people of the San tribe, whom the modern world more often calls Bushmen, this silence has never been empty. They are the oldest inhabitants of these lands, people whose ancestors walked these same paths tens of thousands of years before the first great civilizations of the East or Europe were born. They know every breath of this desert, every change in the direction of the night wind, and every secret whisper that echoes through the night coolness. For them, the Kalahari Desert is not a harsh, hostile environment, but a grand, wise home, where every plant, every animal, and every stone has its own spirit, its own history, and its own special place in the general universal order of things. At this deep night hour, when the air becomes cool and clean, the San people gather around their small hearth fire. This bonfire is the center of their universe, the only island of warmth, light, and safety amidst the endless ocean of night darkness. The fire crackles softly, eating the dry branches of bushes, and casts long, flowing, whimsical shadows on the faces of the people sitting nearby, with their legs tucked under them. Their skin, which has the tint of ripe dry grass, is covered with fine wrinkles that in the rays of the flames seem like ancient writings left by time itself. They sit very quietly, listening to the crackling of the embers, and wait for the oldest griot to speak, the man who keeps all the myths and traditions of their great people in his memory. Today, the elder is in no hurry to begin his story. He slowly lifts his eyes upward, to where the vast, deep canopy of the night sky stretches above their heads. Modern man sees their countless stars, constellations, and a distant galaxy. But for the San elder, this sky is a living picture of ancient events. In the middle of this sky, cutting it in half, stretches a gigantic, wide, luminous band consisting of billions of small silver lights and dark cosmic clouds. Modern science calls this the Milky Way, but the San tribe has its own much deeper and more beautiful name for this celestial wonder. They call it the Night River of Ash. The elder takes a deep breath, and his voice, soft, slightly hoarse, but amazingly soothing, begins to sound in the complete silence of the desert. He tells of those incredibly distant times when the world was completely different. These were the times of the first creation, when the earth was just learning to be the earth, and humans and animals had not yet separated completely and could speak the same language. Then, according to the elder, the night sky was completely different from what it is now. It was absolutely, unblinkingly black. There was not a single star on it, not a single small light that could show a traveler the right path. When the sun went down, the world plunged into a darkness so deep and thick that people could not see even their own hand stretched forward. This primal darkness was heavy and dangerous. It belonged to the great night predators whose eyes glowed with evil fire in the dark, and to the evil spirits who roamed the desert in search of those who had lost their way. In those days, with the onset of twilight, the San people hid in their small huts made of dry grass and did not dare to take even a step outside. They sat in complete darkness, pressing against each other from the cold and fear, and listened to the wind roaming around their dwellings and the night beasts howling. They prayed for the sun to return quickly and give them light and warmth again. But the night lasted a long time, and this fear of the black, empty sky was passed down from parents to children, becoming a part of their lives. She walked to the very center of the camp, to where the ground was absolutely flat, and the space of the sky above her head seemed particularly boundless and open. The wind died down for a moment, as if the desert itself held its breath, watching this fragile figure standing in the middle of the darkness. The girl closed her eyes, took a deep, slow breath, tuning her heart to the rhythm of the earth, and began her dance. It was not just a dance. It was a mute prayer expressed in the movements of her body, an appeal to the higher forces, to the spirits of the ancestors, and to nature itself with a request to help her in this great endeavor. She moved smoothly and gracefully, like a night antelope, her feet barely touching the hot sand. With every movement, her confidence grew, and fear completely disappeared, dissolving into the night coolness. Finally, when the dance reached its highest point, the girl stopped abruptly, opened her eyes wide, and forcefully thrust her hands deep into her pouch. She gathered full handfuls of white ash mixed with the powder of the juicy kwa roots, and with one powerful, magnificent movement, putting all the strength of her soul and love into it, threw this white powder high into the sky, above her head. What happened next is described by the old griots of the San tribe as a true miracle that changed the face of our world forever. The white ash and crushed roots did not fall back to the ground, as usually happens with everything a human throws. Instead, caught by an invisible, powerful vortex of the night cosmic wind, they began to rise rapidly, cutting through the black darkness of the sky. The ash flew higher and higher, and there, in the deep heights where eternal cold and emptiness reigned, every small grain of ash suddenly began to come alive, flaring up with a pure, bright, silvery fire. The ash scattered across the entire sky, forming a gigantic, wide, continuous road of light that stretched from one edge of the horizon to the other. The larger pieces of ash turned into big, bright stars that blinked with clean light, and the finest dust turned into billions of small stellar dots that merged into a single, milky white river. The powder of the white kwa roots, mixing with the ash, added a special softness and depth to this river, creating dark clouds and bright gaps that made the night sky look like a living, breathing creature. The girl stood with her head thrown back, looking at the result of her labor. Her face, hands, and clothes were covered with the remnants of white ash that glowed in the reflections of the newborn stars. She saw how the darkness, which only a minute ago had seemed omnipotent and terrifying, had now retreated, torn in half by this magnificent road of light. The desert around her suddenly changed. The black silhouettes of rocks and acacias now became soft and clear, and the red sand of the desert beneath her feet shone with a gentle, silvery light, reflecting the beauty of the sky. This moment was a moment of truth for the entire San tribe. The sounds of micro-explosions and the rustle with which the ash turned into stars made people look out of their huts. They came out one by one, holding their breath in wonder and awe. They looked up and did not recognize their old, terrifying sky. Instead of a black void, the magnificent night river of ash stretched above them, giving off a soft, soothing light that penetrated into the most remote corners of the Kalahari Desert. They looked at the girl standing in the center of the camp, and realized that she had done what only great spirits could do. With the appearance of the Milky Way, the life of the San tribe changed forever. The fear that had ruled them for centuries with the onset of twilight began to fade slowly, giving way to a deep respect and love for the night time. The night river of ash became for them not just a beautiful sight, but a reliable guide, a faithful friend, and a protector. Travelers and hunters, who previously often perished in the desert if they did not manage to return to camp before sunset, could now calmly continue their journey, guiding themselves by the stars and the bright band in the sky. The village elders learned to read the Milky Way as a grand map of nature. They noticed that the position of this stellar river changes depending on the season, and learned to determine by it when the time of great rains would come, when the migration of antelopes would begin, and when it was necessary to gather certain types of wild fruits and roots. The Milky Way became for them a cosmic clock and calendar that was never wrong and always showed the exact time of the great life of the desert. But most importantly, the Milky Way gave the San people a sense of unity with the entire universe. They realized that the earth they walk on and the sky they look at are parts of one great whole, connected to each other by invisible threads of love and harmony. At night, sitting by their fires, they no longer felt alone and defenseless in the face of the boundless world. They knew that the white ash of their earthly fires was the sibling of that great ash that shines upon them from on high, reminding them of the brave girl and her great gift. The girl who created the Milky Way lived a long and happy life among her people. She became the first great keeper of the night secrets of the tribe, a wise woman to whom people came for advice from all around. She taught the children of the tribe not to be afraid of the darkness, telling them that darkness is simply a place where light rests before a new day, and that in the heart of every human being there is their own pouch of ash that can create new stars if there is enough love in it. When her earthly journey came to an end, the people believed that her spirit did not disappear, but smoothly rose upward, joining that very great river of light she had once gifted to the world. The old griot finishes his story, and his voice smoothly dissolves into the silence of the night. The fire in the hearth is almost extinguished now, leaving behind only a pile of white, warm ash that glows in the dark exactly like the Milky Way above their heads. The San people sit very quietly, with their heads thrown back, looking at the magnificent night river of ash. They feel how this ancient myth fills their hearts with deep peace, releasing them from all daytime worries and anxieties. Listening to this beautiful legend, feel your own body becoming light and relaxed. Let this white ash of the ancient fires of the Kalahari Desert take away all your worries, fears, and fatigue accumulated during the day. Look in your mind at the grand milky white river of light that stretches over our planet, giving peace and protection to all living things. The universe is vast, wise, and full of love, and you are its inseparable part. Close your eyes, breathe slowly and deeply, and allow the Milky Way to take you into the world of the calmest, deepest, and sweetest dreams. Listening to this beautiful legend, feel your own body becoming light and relaxed. Let this white ash of the ancient fires of the Kalahari Desert take away all your worries, fears, and fatigue accumulated during the day. Look in your mind at the grand milky white river of light that stretches over our planet, giving peace and protection to all living things. The universe is vast, wise, and full of love, and you are its inseparable part. Close your eyes, breathe slowly and deeply, and allow the Milky Way to take you into the world of the calmest, deepest, and sweetest dreams.
Dogon Legend, Noma and the Mystery of Sirius. The night descends upon the majestic cliffs of Bandiagara slowly, weightily, and with grand magnificence, like a heavy velvet blanket meticulously woven by the gods themselves from absolute tranquility, profound silence, and shimmering silver stardust. In this wondrous, almost mystical corner of West Africa, where time seems to have completely stopped its relentless race thousands of years ago, the very earth breathes with a primal, untouched calmness. The grand rocks and steep stone plateaus, which during the day were heated intensely under the burning, merciless African sun, now slowly give off their accumulated warmth to the cool night air, creating light, barely noticeable ripples in the dark atmosphere. The light of a small ritual fire sways gently and rhythmically from the soft breath of the night wind, casting long, flowing, whimsical shadows on the ancient mud walls of the plateau, which have witnessed the changing of hundreds of generations. The old griot, whose wise face is lined with deep wrinkles like the cracked African earth itself from centuries of heat and harsh winds, slowly and respectfully throws a few dry branches of a sacred tree into the fire. Red sparks fly high upward, spinning in a slow dance and smoothly mixing with the endless, boundless ocean of distant stars in the absolutely black night sky. As the last daytime sounds of the vast savanna finally fade away, yielding to the cool night air, the time begins for the oldest, deepest, and most mysterious secret of our planet. This is a story passed down in whispers about the incredible Dogon tribe and their mysterious, magnificent celestial teachers who once came from the unbelievable depths of the vast cosmos. Deep in the very heart of Mali, among the inaccessible, harsh rocky canyons and deep stone crevices, the Dogon people live in perfect, absolute harmony with the entire surrounding universe. Their unusual houses, circular granaries with conical thatched roofs, and mysterious sanctuaries are literally pressed against the steep walls of the giant cliffs, as if they are trying their best to be as close as possible to the limitless sky stretching above them. To a modern person accustomed to the noise of megacities and rapid technological progress, their daily life may seem far too simple, modest, and even primitive. However, beneath this simple, unpretentious appearance hides a colossal, profound astronomical knowledge that has made leading scientists and astronomers all over the world hold their breath in pure amazement for many years. For many centuries, carefully passing the sacred wisdom from father to son, from grandfather to grandson through countless generations, the Dogon carefully preserved a detailed map of the night sky that surprisingly and incomprehensibly anticipated its time by millennia. They looked at the night sky not just as a beautiful source of distant light or an element of the night landscape, but as a grand, open book of their own history, where every single star had its own secret name, its own unique character, its own path, and its own special higher purpose in the universal order of things. During the night councils, the village elders taught the young warriors to read these stellar signs, explaining that a human being is not just a speck of dust on the ground, but a direct reflection of those distant cosmic lights that shine through the darkness. The most important, most magnificent guide in this infinite night universe for the Dogon has always been and remains Sirius, the brightest, most brilliant star in our night sky, which adorns the constellation Canis Major. In the language of the Dogon, this star bears the proud and sacred name Sigi Tolo. However, the real, deep secret lies not in the dazzling Sirius itself, which is easily noticed by the naked eye on a clear night, but in what is located in the immediate vicinity right next to it. Long before the invention of the first powerful telescopes, long before modern academic astronomy could look into the most distant depths of cosmic space using complex mathematical calculations, the Dogon clearly knew that Sirius was not a single star. They confidently claimed that a tiny, completely invisible to the ordinary human eye companion star revolves around this large and bright star. They named it Ptolo, after the smallest and yet most important seed of the local fonio grain. The elders of the tribe knew its exact orbit in detail, the correct period of its rotation around the main luminary, which is exactly 50 Earth years, and that this small, unnoticeable star is incredibly heavy, dense, and created from a special, heaviest metal in the entire universe, which they call Sagala. Even the smallest piece of this substance, according to the Dogon, could not be lifted by all the people of the earth combined. Today, modern astrophysicists call this amazing star Sirius B. It is officially classified as a white dwarf, an ultra-densely burned-out star, every cubic centimeter of whose matter weighs tons. Modern science has confirmed every single word, every single detail of the ancient myth that the Dogon preserved for many centuries in their oral traditions, without having any metal instruments or written records. Where did people who lived for long centuries in complete isolation among the hard-to-reach African cliffs, engaged in agriculture and cattle breeding, get this incredible, precise cosmic knowledge? When modern researchers, travelers, and ethnographers ask the village elders this question in amazement, the Dogon only smile mysteriously and wisely in response, lift their dark eyes upward, and slowly point straight to the endless sky. Their ancient legends and sacred songs tell that a long, long time ago, when humanity was still very young and knowledge about the world was limited, the sky above the cliffs of Bandiagara parted. From the vast depths of the night cosmos, from the distant and mysterious system of the star Sirius, a giant, magnificent arc descended to our planet Earth. It flew toward the ground with an incredible, thunderous roar, releasing bright tongues of pure flame, scattering the ancient night darkness around. The arc smoothly landed on the water surface of a large lake, raising giant waves and creating vortexes of steam that covered the entire horizon. From this amazing celestial ship came wonderful creatures whom the Dogon call the Namo with deep respect. They were the great spirits of water, higher amphibians, guardians, who possessed the unique gift of living simultaneously both in the water element and on dry land. Their strong, graceful bodies shimmered beautifully under the rays of the sun with all possible shades of deep blue and emerald green colors, and their large, wise eyes radiated absolute peace and the boundless, all-encompassing wisdom of those higher beings who had personally seen the birth and death of many stars and entire galaxies. The Namo came to our Earth not as cruel conquerors, not as masters, but as kind, patient teachers, wise mentors, and careful guardians of human dreams. They brought with them from distant worlds the first useful seeds for planting, taught people the complex art of blacksmithing, the intricacies of weaving, and the amazing art of building their mud houses, which repeat the exact shape and arrangement of the sacred constellations in the sky. But the most important thing they did was reveal the grand, sacred secrets of the universe to the Dogon. The Namo sat for long hours with the first wise men and shamans of the tribe around the night fire, just as we are sitting now, and with smooth, soothing movements of their hands drew precise maps of distant, unknown worlds on the soft coastal sand. They spoke softly about the fact that our universe is absolutely infinite and limitless, like drops of pure water in the vast global ocean, and that intelligent life exists on many other distant stars that seem to ordinary people only small, faint dots of light. They taught the first people to truly respect the night and the darkness, because it is in absolute night silence that the human mind is freed from daytime vanity, becomes clear, calm, and capable of hearing the barely audible, subtle whisper of the distant cosmos. Every word of the teachers was deeply engraved in the memory of the tribe, turning into sacred myths that could not be changed by a single letter. The great story of the arrival of the Namo is a true, soothing lullaby for all living things on Earth. When these cosmic teachers fully completed their earthly mission and passed all the necessary knowledge to the people, they returned to their celestial ark, which rose high into the sky again and disappeared among the stars, leaving an invisible part of their great soul on our planet. Saying goodbye, they gave a sacred promise that one day, when humanity finally grows up, gains true wisdom, and learns to live in absolute peace with nature and themselves, they will definitely return again. Until then, every 50 years, when the small invisible star Patolo completes its another dance around the bright Sirius, the Dogon gather together for a great, sacred ritual holiday called Siji. They craft unique, very tall wooden masks painted in the deep colors of the night cosmos and dance a slow, mesmerizing rhythmic dance to the sounds of drums, which exactly repeats the movement of stars in their cosmic orbits. This amazing dance, which lasts for several days, calms the tired earth, washes away the tension accumulated over many years, and gives every person a deep, unwavering feeling that they are an important part of a vast, magnificent, harmonious, and absolutely peaceful universe. While dancing, they seem to adjust their internal clock to the general rhythm of the cosmos, feeling unity with everything alive. Listening to this amazing ancient legend, feel your entire body gradually becoming wonderfully light, as if you yourself are slowly dissolving into the night African air under the sounds of crickets. Let every distant star above your head become a small, reliable beacon of your inner peace and safety. Our universe is so vast, limitless, and wise, and all daily worries, anxieties, and problems instantly disappear, becoming completely small, insignificant, and unimportant in the face of this eternal, magnificent starry beauty. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, smoothly, and deeply, inhaling the coolness of the night. The silver stars of the distant Sirius system continue their endless, harmonious dance in complete cosmic silence, reliably guarding your night rest. The wisdom of the ancient Namo, carefully wrapped in the soft rustle of the night wind and the calm crackling of embers in the fire, gently embraces you, completely removes all daytime tension from your muscles, and smoothly takes you into the magical world of the calmest, deepest, safest, and sweetest dreams imaginable.